What's up guys? Today I've got my hands on the recently launched OnePlus Watch 2. Now this has to be the most ambitious smartwatch ever released from the brand. I actually ignored the first OnePlus watch as I knew it wasn't my cup of tea when reading the specification and features, but the OnePlus 2 changes everything. It's so good, it's going to make other watch companies rethink what they are doing. If you follow the channel, you will know that I am quite passionate about smartwatches and wearables. The fact that nobody has quite managed to create that perfect smartwatch, if anybody's come close to it, it's the Samsung Galaxy Series 6 and the TicWatch Pro 5. And now I'm going to say the OnePlus has also impressed with their OnePlus Watch 2. The OnePlus Watch 2 is powered by Snapdragon's W5 Gen 1 chipset and is running the latest version 4 of WearOS by Google. So you're getting complete app support with Google Play Store plus third-party app support, thousands and thousands of downloadable watch faces, and lots more. Now this watch can be picked up right now on sale, 10% cheaper at only £269, plus they throw in a free pair of earbuds. I was a bit early, so I got the OnePlus Buds 3, and I'm actually quite surprised to how good these are. The bass levels are absolutely incredible. I got these free with my pre-order, so this is not a review unit. I bought this myself as soon as it was announced. So $269 right now with free earbuds. Thereafter, price will go up to $299. So the price is quite similar to the other top competing brands. Galaxy Watch 6 and TicWatch Pro 5 are all currently available for just under or around $300. Now let's talk design. Now the design is quite exquisite. It's a very smart, attractive looking watch. There is almost a masculine look to this watch as it's quite large and beefy, and it's available in one size only. Build quality is also top notch. The watch case is stainless steel with a beautiful smooth finish, and you have sapphire crystal glass on top, and the bottom case is made from plastic and fiberglass. And I picked this up in the black steel version, and I'm glad I did because I absolutely love the design and the color finish. A very nice looking watch. Now this watch also boasts military standard 810H durability, which means this watch has undergone many durability tests which include high and low temperatures, resistance to sand, dust and water, and the ability to survive impacts, and lots more. Furthermore, this watch has IP68 and 5 ATM water resistance and can be used for swimming up to 50 meters. And you can also track your swimming sessions, including distance, calories, laps, etc. On the right, we have two buttons. We have a crown, which does scroll, but when you scroll, it doesn't really do anything. So it's just for aesthetics. And the second button is a flat style button, which can be customized to open any app you like. And I have it currently set to open YouTube Music. You can actually customize both buttons. Underneath the crown button, you can see a hole there. That is your microphone hole. And on the other side, you have nothing, but just underneath you will see loudspeaker vents. And the mic and speaker is there so you can take Bluetooth phone calls directly on the watch. Now at the bottom of the watch we have our PPG monitoring health sensors to keep track of your heart rate, blood oxygen saturation and stress levels. And we will be diving into the health features a little bit later in the video. And just next to the health sensors there you can see 4 pogo pins for your charger, and I'll quickly show you the charger in action. So you get a magnetic square charging pad with a Type-C connection on the side, and it simply clips on magnetically, and that's a very nice secure magnetic connection. It takes 60 minutes to fully charge that 500 milliamp hour battery, or 10-minute charge will give you a whole 24 hours of battery life. So that is pretty fast charging there. And this is how the watch looks on my wrist. I have a wrist circumference of 7 inches, and this watch no doubt looks quite big for my wrist. You have a massive display, it's quite chunky in size, and it has some weight to it as well, but somehow it still manages to feel comfortable on my wrist. I can wear this 24/7 without taking it off, and there is no discomfort. So OnePlus has really thought about the design and comfort aspect of this watch. Now let's talk about the display. We have a 1.43 inch AMOLED display with a screen resolution of 466 by 466 and 326 pixels per inch. And the watch does feature a rather nice always-on display. You have up to 600 nits of peak brightness. Screen is no doubt beautiful to look at, and it is protected with sapphire glass on top. Now the watch dimensions, it's 47 millimeters in diameter with a thickness of 12.1 millimeters, and it weighs 79.4 grams with the straps on. And to give you an idea of the size, I will bring in the most recent Galaxy Watch 6. So here they are side by side. Galaxy Watch 6 is 44.4 millimeters versus 47 millimeters, and 9.8 millimeters thickness versus 12.1 millimeters. And also the weight, 57.6 grams versus 79.4 grams. So the OnePlus watch is a lot bigger, thicker, and heavier than the Galaxy Watch 6. I also want to compare it to its biggest competitor, the TicWatch Pro 5. So it's 50.1 millimeters versus 47 millimeters, 14 millimeter thickness versus 12.1 millimeters, 63.8 grams versus 79.4 grams. So the TicWatch is bigger, it's thicker, but weight-wise, OnePlus is still heavier than the TicWatch. And one more comparison for good luck. Xiaomi Watch 2, which is also a new 2024 entry with WearOS. So it's 47.5 millimeters versus 47 millimeters. It's 11.8 millimeters in thickness versus 12.1. And the weight, 52 grams versus 79.4 grams. So the Xiaomi Watch 2 is more evenly matched, but the OnePlus still maintains its heavyweight status as one of the heaviest WearOS watches you can currently buy. Okay, now let's talk performance. OnePlus did something very clever. They implemented dual operating systems with separate chipsets to run them. So in full smart mode, you get WearOS version 4, which is powered by Snapdragon W5 Gen 1 with 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. This is the default mode when you power on or restart. You will always begin in the full smart mode. And in this mode, you get all the benefits and capabilities of WearOS, and the features and apps are very vast. And I will be walking through all the features and apps a little bit later in the video. Now, there is also another mode called Power Saver mode. And in this mode, Snapdragon chipset switches off, and so does WearOS and all its capabilities. The second processor becomes active, and it's called the BES 2700 chipset. This is an ultra-low powered processor for wearables, and the chip has also been used before in earbuds. One example is the Huawei FreeBuds Pro 2 was also powered by the same chipset. So this super low powered chipset is combined with a basic OS, which is completely skinned down but made to look similar to the full smart mode. So it feels very unified. This power save mode will extend the battery life up to 12 days according to OnePlus's website, but it can actually do more depending on how you use it, and I'll come back to the battery life later in the video. Furthermore, in power saving mode, all smart functions are disabled. So no Wi-Fi, no NFC payments, no app downloads. You can't even open third-party apps like YouTube. In fact, you can't open any WearOS apps like Maps, Gmail, YouTube, Play Store, etc. So all smart apps are disabled, and what I like is that all the apps that can't be used have actually disappeared from the app list. I really like that feature. In Samsung's power save mode, everything still looks the same. All the apps are still there, but when you try opening an app, it gives you an alert telling you that there is no connection. And the real reason is, of course, Wi-Fi gets disabled, so no app does work. And the new OnePlus watch removes all of those smart apps, keeping only the apps that actually work. It's a better and cleaner way of implementing this mode, making it more obvious on what will work and what won't. So power saving mode basically turns this watch into a premium fitness tracker. So you get all the health tracking features such as heart rate, SpO2, stress levels, sleep tracking, and workouts. So you still get access to some good looking watch faces, but you can't customize or edit the complications anymore. Even Bluetooth calls still works in this mode, and you can still get your notifications, but they are going to be read only. You won't be able to reply to your notifications in power save mode. Now it's also nice to see that media player control also works under power save mode, so you can play music from your phone from any source and control it directly from the watch. So you can play, pause, skip tracks, and adjust the volume. And you can see that the app layout is totally different as well. You've got a list layout, whereas smart mode had that Apple style icon layout. And I'll quickly show you what apps you have in power save mode. So you've got phone dialer, so you can make and receive phone calls. You've got your daily activity, sleep tracking, stress, SpO2, heart rate, workouts, weather, alarm, timer, stopwatch. You've got a compass, torch, media controls, and your main settings. A very useful compass, even in power save mode. Now I'm going to exit power save mode. I'm going to tap on smart mode, So now it's going to completely reboot and start up in full smart mode. So performance wise, OnePlus has produced a 2-in-1 watch. Think of it like a Samsung Galaxy smartwatch and a Huawei Smart Premium fitness tracking watch all in one. This is actually what OnePlus has achieved. Now, we have seen power save modes before in other watches, but not like this. OnePlus has truly stepped up its game and implemented the power save mode like no other. Having 2 separate operating systems and 2 separate chipsets to power them is actually quite amazing. Now, I do really wish that Samsung could implement their power save mode like this. It's a much cleaner way of doing it, so kudos to OnePlus for this one. Now, other specifications to mention, the OnePlus Watch 2 actually features an older Bluetooth 5.0 compared to 5.2 and 5.3 in the other WearOS watches. So OnePlus decided to use a slightly older Bluetooth version 5. Furthermore, this watch also has multi-satellite GPS built in, along with 5 GHz Wi-Fi, and supports NFC payments via Google Play. And as previously mentioned, this is running WearOS version 4. Alright, so coming to the battery life. This is no doubt one of the highlights of this watch. You have a 500 mAh battery, which is already quite generous when it comes to smartwatches with WearOS. And realistically, I was able to achieve 2 full days of battery life with my heavy usage scenario. So with everything on, including always on display on, all health tracking set to 24 hours continuous, including heart rate, SpO2 and stress, and sleep monitoring active, I achieved 2 full days. That is what you can expect. Now, keeping everything on and switching off AOD will give you another full day. So that's 3 days battery life in that situation. If you want to achieve the quoted 100 hours, which is just over 4 days battery life, that is possible, but then you need to switch off the always on display and switch off the all day SpO2 monitoring. Everything else can be left on as I mentioned earlier, and then you can achieve close to 4 days. So the real battery drainer is always going to be always on display and the 24/7 SpO2 monitoring. So that should give you a good idea on what to expect from the battery life when it comes to full smart mode. Now in power save mode with general usage, I could comfortably achieve 14 days, the way I use the smartwatch. So when you don't need those extra smart features, WearOS, all the Google apps, when you don't need to use them and you know you just want it for health, you can switch to power save mode and you can still track all your everyday health. So awesome overall battery performance in this watch. It's not the best battery performance I've ever seen. The only WearOS watch that can beat this watch is the TicWatch Pro 5. You can get nearly 5 days of battery life. I think it has something like a 695 mAh battery versus 500 mAh. So TicWatch Pro 5 will be the closest competition for this watch. Now let's talk about sleep tracking. Most of you guys will already know I love tracking my sleep. It's very important to me and my health. So when I'm testing a smartwatch to review and I'm testing all of these health features, especially sleep tracking, I do need to wear multiple devices. So I've got another watch on my wrist. This is actually the Xiaomi Watch S3, full review coming soon. It's also quite a beautiful watch, guys. Really like how this one is. The one with the removable bezels. So anyway, I'm also wearing a health ring as well. So I've got 2 other devices to compare my results to. On the watch, it shows you your total sleep duration, and you can see there I went to sleep 8:59 p.m. and I woke up at 3:43 a.m. So yeah, I wake up early to shower, prepare for fasting and praying. I usually go back to sleep, but today I had some work to do, so I stayed awake all this time. I got 5 hours 43 minutes total. I tried to scroll there. Did you see what happened? If we scroll down, you will see a breakdown of both sessions. So there were 2 sleep sessions. The first one 8:59 to 10:48, and the second session 11:50 to 03:43. So I woke up at 10:48 and I went back to bed at 23:50, and then I woke up at 3:43 a.m. So the watch has separated both sleeps and given me an accurate breakdown of what happened. To compare it, here are the results for my smart ring. So 5 hours 6 minutes versus 5 hours 43 minutes. Slight discrepancy with the timing, and I'll show you exactly what that is. The ring recorded me knocking out at 8:29, whereas the watch recorded me knocking out at 8:59. So apart from that 30-minute start time, everything else was spot on. And more or less the same with the Xiaomi watch. So very happy with the sleep tracking of the OnePlus Watch 2, and I love the detailed report it gives you for every night. So very good sleep tracking. Alright, so now it's time for the Bluetooth call test. You can make and receive calls directly on the watch using the watch's built-in mic and speaker. So let's quickly check out the call quality. So this is a Bluetooth call sample. I am talking directly into my phone, and you guys should be hearing my voice on the loudspeaker
of the smartwatch. It should give you a pretty good idea of what to expect in terms of call quality.
Okay, so now let's check out the watch faces and features. So this watch is jam-packed with lots of great customizable watch faces built in. To change the watch face, all you're doing is keeping the center press for 2 seconds and the screen will zoom out and you'll feel some haptics. And then you can simply swipe left or right to select a different watch face. And under each watch face, you will notice an edit button. So this will let you customize the watch face, changing things like color, and you can also customize the complications. And I like how easy it is to select and customize the watch face directly on the watch. And you can also do the same from the smartphone app, which is even quicker and easier to do. Furthermore, the smartphone app also lets you download from a library of free watch faces. So let me download a watch face to show you how long it takes to transfer. All right, so let's just select the first one. It's called Vitality Data. Click Apply. It's downloading. Let's see how long it takes to transfer. The size of this is 6 megabytes. And you can see it says 1 download so far. Applying. Yeah, it's taken a rather long time, isn't it? Okay, done, finally. So you can see the timer on screen, how long it took to download a 6 megabyte watch face. So that took a while, to be honest. There's a section over here called My Faces. These are already downloaded and installed. So to change these, it'll be pretty much instant. So if we select Blue Glaze, set as watch face, it's done instantly. Select this one called Daily Activity, boom. The Dome, and the one we just downloaded. So when you download a watch face, once it's stored, it's easy to swap between them. When you actually download a new watch face, you saw it took a while to download and transfer. So a lot of free downloadable watch faces. And once you get to the bottom of the list, and it's quite a long list, you will see Get More Watch Faces. If you tap on that, it will take you to the Play Store download page for even more watch faces that you can download. Both paid and free options are available here. So now I'm going to share with you a whole bunch of default watch faces that you get with this watch. Here we go. Okay, so now let's go through the watch features. If you swipe up from the bottom, you will see your notifications. So emails, WhatsApp messages, social media, all your notifications will appear here. And you can reply to most notifications directly on the watch. And you can respond with a keyboard or with your voice. So we're going to try typing. Hello. How are you? I think I was able to type pretty fast there. You can also record a voice and send it as you usually can on WhatsApp. So typing on this and replying to notifications is pretty good. Now, if you swipe down from the top, you've got your quick toggles for brightness, find my phone, airplane mode, battery saver mode, pairing to earbuds. So yes, you can pair a pair of earbuds. It doesn't have to be OnePlus buds. You can actually pair to any of your favorite Bluetooth earbuds. And benefit there is you can access Spotify and YouTube music. And without taking your phone out of your pocket, you can go and listen to your own playlists and enjoy your music on the go. So pretty good feature. Now, if you swipe left or right, you're going to see your tiles, starting off with your health at a glance. Then you've got heart rate, sleep monitoring, stress monitoring, you've got Google Assistant actions, you've got your WhatsApp chats, YouTube music, workouts, calendar entries, timers, and local weather. Now these tiles can be customized and rearranged. If you just long press and you will see it zoom out, you can now remove the tiles that you don't want. So you can easily just swipe up to delete the ones you don't want. And if you want to add any new tiles, you just hit the plus button at the bottom and then you can add some other tiles. Now, unfortunately, you don't have the option for an SpO2 tile, which is a bit strange as every other smartwatch has that. I couldn't find that option within these tiles when I was customizing them. So no SpO2 tile included. You can also rearrange these tiles from the smartphone app, and of course it's a lot quicker and easier to do if you do it from the phone. Now to access all your apps, press the top button and you will see all the apps available. So you've got an Apple inspired layout. It's a little bit better than Apple, to be honest. You can also zoom in and you can zoom out. I'm going to zoom right in so you can see the names of the apps. So you've got Torch, Messages, Contact, Media, Controls, Settings. Then we've got Battery, Compass, Stress, Weather, Google Wallet, Calendar, Play Store, Phone, Sleep, YouTube Music, World Clock, Workouts, Daily Activity, SpO2, Google Maps. We've got Google Assistant, Heart Rate, Alarms, Timer, Stopwatch, and then right at the bottom we've got Amazon Music, Strava, Spotify, and WhatsApp. Now all your health activities can be viewed from the smartphone app, and the app is called OHealth. Now the app does support both Android and iOS. Now let's have a quick look at the app. You have your health page at a glance showing you all your health metrics, and as soon as you open the app it automatically pairs and syncs all your data to your phone, and you can view detailed reports of any of these metrics by simply tapping on it, and it will give you day, week, month or yearly view of your stats. If you tap on the device section, it will give you a whole bunch of settings to play with, and I'll quickly go through them. So you've got your watch faces, which I showed you earlier. That's going to be your downloads. And then you've got your own watch face sections of all the ones that have been installed. You've got your tiles that you can customize. We've got notifications that you can turn on and off. We've got workout and health. So this is important. Let me go through it. You can set your goals, your step goals. So I've set it to 2,000 steps. That's enough for me. If we keep going, you've got your heart rate monitoring over here. So that is switched on. So it's going to monitor the heart rate all day. Then you've got resting heart rate alerts and workout heart rate alerts. Stress monitoring is on by default. Relaxation reminders is on by default. SpO2 monitoring was off by default. So this is usually something that drains the battery, but I need this, so I always keep it on. Now under sleep tracking, assess breathing problems I kept off, because that is going to be a real battery drainer. I just left it off. It's off by default. The following two options are on by default, so I didn't touch them. Auto workout detection is also on by default, and so are all of these options that you can see here. I've not messed with them. So that is basically all your options. If you tap on more, you get a few more options. So you've got app protection, sync calendar events, you can set your weather. You've got some specific Google settings, which I won't go into. It does go into quite a bit of detail. And then you've got take screenshots and about device. And that is pretty much all the important features. So smartphone app is well organized. It gives you all the information that you need. It's very quick to connect and sync. So yeah, it's a decent smartphone app. All right, so now it's time to test the health sensors. So the Braun one, you're simply wearing on your finger, and then it will give you an SpO2 and heart rate reading. Okay, so let's measure our heart rate first of all. So you can see over here, we've got 81 beats per minute, 87, 83, 84 and 83, 84 and 83, 84 and 84, there's 85. So the medical grade sensor is a bit faster. When it displays a change in my heart rate, it takes about 5 seconds for this one to catch up. But otherwise, the results are pretty good. You can see that for yourselves, guys. So accurate heart rate, I would say. There's no SpO2 shortcut tile, so we're just going to open the app and hit start. There we go. The SpO2 on this side is 97%. 97 and 97. Spot on. So just sitting here, testing out the health sensors, you can see it's as accurate as my Braun Oximeter. So I'm on the treadmill, and I'm testing the heart rate. 123 versus 120. You can see the neck and neck. Medical grade is just slightly faster as expected, but the watch does catch up, about 5 seconds. So I would say the heart rate is pretty accurate, guys. What do you guys think? I have tried sprinting as well and then slowing down, and you can see very accurate results there. So that was a very brief workout test on the treadmill, and it tells you the distance, the duration, the steps, the calories, the pace, and so on and so forth. So I guess that brings us to our top smartwatch chart for 2024, showing you the latest smartwatches and seeing how they compare with each other. And all the watches have been ranked by overall build quality and features. So based on that, the new OnePlus Watch 2 achieves joint first position on this chart with the TicWatch Pro 5. Now I can't crown a new king before I compare both watches. They are both powered by the same chipset, both AMOLED with big battery performance, and they both have military standard durability and lots more. Full comparison coming soon, then we can crown a champion for sure. Like, sub and follow if you want to see who becomes the top dog on this chart. Now you can view the full versions of all my charts online at chicstech.com and read them at your leisure, and of course completely free of charge. So there you have it guys, that was the new OnePlus Watch 2, and here are my thoughts. The OnePlus Watch 2 is impressive. It's one of the best WearOS smartwatches you can buy right now. The build quality and Snapdragon performance is top notch. You have military standard 810H and 580M water resistance. Battery life is superb. You've got NFC, Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth, and it's running the latest WearOS version 4. Health and sleep tracking was actually pretty good. Now I didn't do any hardcore scientific tests, but tracking your everyday health, heart rate, SpO2, sleep tracking, this watch done a wonderful job for me. There are a few caveats to consider. No major deal breakers, but I still need to mention them. So the first caveat, there is only one size available and it's a big watch. And there is no smaller option available. There is also no LTE option at all, so Bluetooth model only. There is no fall detection, which is a pretty standard feature now in these sort of smartwatches. There are no widgets for SpO2, which is surprising. Did they forget? Now the crown does rotate, but it does nothing. It should have been scrollable like the TicWatch Pro 5. And also, why have a crown in the first place? You could have just had the same size button on top to give it a more symmetrical look. Other than those caveats, this is an absolute treat of a smartwatch. Now I don't usually like to wear big smartwatches for long periods of time, and the smaller Galaxy Watch 6 always finds its way on my wrist. Now I have to say this watch is actually making me reconsider. I don't feel like putting this smartwatch back in the box after the review. I want to see how long I can wear this before I get tired of the big screen and weight. Those with bigger wrists will absolutely love how this watch feels. Hopefully OnePlus will release a smaller version, and if they do, my money is absolutely waiting. Now with all of that being said, if you want to see more of my latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, hit the like button, sub to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.